Hi, good morning. Um, I have earbuds in to hopefully have a better mic system here. Um, but it's morning. I'm just getting up. I'm having coffee. Um, um, yeah, I decided to just come on and talk. I don't know what I'm going to really talk about, but we'll see. I hope everyone's doing okay. I hope um, life is going well, and if not, then know you've got this, right? Yeah, I just started my this YouTube channel, and I don't know when it's gonna be or where it's gonna go. Um, I just started it because I'm going through so much grief and loss. I've had such a life journey of just um, coming from a narcissistic mother, um, a dad who um, wasn't saved, I guess. Um, he had his negative behaviors toward me, um, you know, that he's apologized for, He was, well, I'm trying to stay away from like words that might like flag this or something. But I mean, I basically used to get the belt quite often. And I wasn't even like a bad kid. It was all over like chores. Like I was made to do so many chores. And you would think that's okay. That's right, right? Gotta do chores. But he would wake me up at like 6 a.m. on the weekend when I was like 10 years old. I'm a 10-year-old little girl. Get up at 6 a.m. He'd come in the room and I had school all week, right? And I'm like, Saturday, yeah. So it's so early. He grabs the covers like from the foot of the bed and just rips them off. And that's how I'm waking up. PTSD there, like, whew, what's happening, right? And rips the covers off to wake me up and yells, get up, get up. It's time to get up. Let's go feed the dogs. So cut the grass, and he was a captain, boat captain. So it was all about waking up early and doing work. I'm a 10-year-old girl, basically being trained by a boat captain man. How about that? So, yeah, I mean, oh my gosh. So he's waking me up at like 10, 11 years old on the weekends after school, tearing the covers off of me, yelling, "Wake up, get up, let's start feeding the dogs, let's cut the grass." And so I get up, and I wasn't allowed to eat breakfast until I fed the dogs because, like, who am I? Like, why would I let the dogs go without eating and then I eat first? It was like, you feed those dogs first, you eat after, because that's your job. Like, and, I grew up like that. And that, looking back on it, that really demeans me. Dogs had to eat before me. That's crazy. You know, I mean, maybe he was trying to say your job comes first, right? But like, he didn't say it like that. He didn't say, "Oh, no, you go start your job before you eat." But even though when you're doing a job, you should eat first so you have energy to do your job well. But he made me get up and feed the dogs first and blatantly told me, like, I don't eat until I feed the dogs. And that right there, being conditioned and to do that, like, made my self-worth feel like I was like below a dog, honestly. Anyway, I couldn't eat before I fed the dogs on Saturday at 6 a.m. as like a 10-year-old little girl, right? So I'm getting up and feeding the dogs so I can go in and eat. And then I had to cut the grass. I had to cut the grass as a 10-year-old girl. And we had like 2 or 3 acres of land. So I did have I had a riding lawnmower, but still, I'm a 10-year-old girl on a Saturday morning after a week of school, and I would rather watch cartoons and eat cereal. But no, I had to get out. Before I had to cut the grass with the riding lawnmower, I had to go across in the yard and pick up all the sticks. I hated this. Oh my God, and he would be so mean and mad at me if I didn't get all the sticks, and he would come and check. Oh my God, this is a boat captain who he was so hard on me. He really was. Oh my gosh. So like I'd be forced, to stay outside, pick up all the sticks before I started cutting grass because it would, like he said, it would ruin the blade or something, which okay, but we had lots of trees in our yard. We lived out in the country. We had lots of trees in our yard. And so there was a lot of sticks. I even had to pick up well, we had big sticks, of course, I had to pick up, and then like little sticks. Like I even had to pick up little sticks. He would come behind me and fuss at me for missing these sticks. Oh my gosh. Finally, after that hell was done and over with and the sticks were picked up, um, he made me cut the grass. So I hopped on the riding lawnmower, little skinny, bony, elbowed 10-year-old girl on this big riding lawnmower, starting it up, and then going to cut the grass. And I didn't just have to cut the grass, I had to cut it a certain way. I had to cut it to where all of the grass, uh, like I had to make circles and it had to be a pattern in the grass, and all the grass had to come into a pile in which I had to rake up after and then put in a burning pile. This was my Saturday mornings as a 10-year-old girl. At the time, it sucked. But looking back, I tell you, it made me, wow, I mean, it's probably why I'm quite different than most women because, I mean, I grew up with a really hard dad. I didn't grow up, definitely didn't grow up a nail wearing woman, makeup, pretty dresses. I was, yeah. Anyway, so that was my typical. That's how my dad was. He was a boat captain, so hard on me, and he basically he treated me like a boy. He treated me like a boy. I was his firstborn. He always told me he wanted a boy. That really hurt. That really, really hurt. They always said, "Yeah, your dad wanted a boy." Oh yeah, I wanted a boy. So I was like, "Wow, man. I guess I'm your boy, right?" He did take me out shooting guns. He did take me out shooting bow and arrows. He did take me out on the boat fishing. Boy, I got fussed at so much because I was not quiet enough in that boat. Oh my God, he would flip out on me because I made too much noise and scared the fish away. Well, anyway, that's fun times, and weirdly enough, I have even more stories about going on the shrimp boat. So I'll tell you about those because, of course, my family were shrimpers too in the Gulf of Mexico. So it's amazing how many stories. I really have so many stories. Like I've lived a million lives in just a short, tiny life. It's crazy. Um, so all of that just to give you a picture of like my dad. So he wasn't like my mom, where my mom was an intentional, oh, she was like a narcissistic mother. So she had more evil about her, more hate towards me and evil towards me and intentional hurt towards me. Whereas my dad, he was just a hard man being hard on me, right? And now, I mean, if I was a boy, that taught me discipline, work, but I'm a girl and it taught me discipline, work. Oh my God. So, yeah. Now I don't regret it. Now I'm proud of what he taught me. It's weird. At the time, I hated it and I felt so abused. And I mean, it was unnecessary to raise a little girl like that. But and he would beat my butt. Oh my God, if I rolled my eyes, if I even said, "Oh God," like if I rolled my eyes just at the sight or sound of like, here, you need to go do these chores. Here, I was like, oh, I would always do that. I would always look up and go, oh, that would get my butt beat with a belt. Mm-hmm. It really would. And I never learned. So that's what made me a bad kid. I would he would tell me to do all this stuff and I would just go, oh, like that, like, oh my God, I'm tired. And he'd beat my butt with a belt for rolling my eyes because it was disrespectful. Hmm. It was not good. So anyway, so both parents were very much, I guess, abusive, but in different ways. My dad, he looks back, he's apologized to me. We have a relationship now, and I'm glad. And he's found God. He's a godly man. He still fusses. Oh my gosh. He will fuss. He just fusses. He just fusses because he does believe he's right about everything and he knows everything and his thoughts and things are right. And he just thinks he knows like what to do better than everyone else. I mean, that's nothing compared to a narcissistic mother who actually hates you and sabotages you and um, tries to